every hand I would call down with middle pair against a certain friend of mine, because I knew he was just like, he's in a hand with me and he's just at it. And obviously, every now and then he shows up with the absolute nuts, and I look like an idiot for calling with like middle pair, but it was really strange. And then as we became better friends, started like talking about strategies and that, like then it was like, okay, I mean, I don't want to try and bluff him here, because if I get caught bluffing, you almost feel like you're trying to get a quick one over on a good friend of yours. So
second hand of the week, and Cash Game Festival still going on, going strong, and the commentators were a bit busy with having a chat with each other, so I'll go through the pre-flop action. We are under the gun, well actually small blind, but the Mississippi straddle was going on. Valentin made it 10, if I remember it correctly. Valentin made it 10 on the bottom. Mississippi straddle means that he will be the last to act, so small blind now has to be first to act instead of under the gun. So we find King 8 suited on the small blind. To be honest, I don't want to be making too many raises, so I'll probably be playing my Mississippi spot from small blind as a limp all strategy, because if I do a lot of limping, which I will be doing because I have to only add one big blind, I don't want to look ridiculously strong from time to time when I raise, and I don't want to look too weak when I limp. So I'm going to be playing limp ball strategy. So flick in the fiver and go for the call. Yunus pops it up. Yunus is an London regular cash game player. Really fucking nice lad. We played together in Bratislava as well, which was the last stop before. No, not Bratislava. We played together with Yunus in Bulgaria, Sunny Beach as well, which was the previous stop after the Cash Game Festival. Next stop obviously now being Tallinn Olympic Park Casino, November 21st to 25th. So definitely get in on the satellites that Unibet has going on. Check it out. I think it's on every Wednesday. One package guaranteed. 20 or 25 euro buy-in, so definitely good buy-in. Anyway, Yunus pops it up from the cutoff. Valentin, the man with the straddle, he was a fairly sticky guy, like really sticky guy. I played him a couple of days before as well, and I saw him making massive hero calls straight out of the gate with ace highs against people who I expected not to be too bluffy. Turned out they were very bluffy, and he won those both hands for massive pots with ace high. And as we can see here, he has heart, he flats 3 deuce offsuit on the button, and I also complete the King 8 suited. So let's hear what the commentators have to say about that, if they have anything to say about that, because they're having a conversation with each other, which is all cool. But back to the hand.
And we all understand that about, game theory, all is forgiven, but if you do try and find that one really kind of like high octane bluff or headline bluff, I think for us maybe it's less likely to come out. Although here we go, Jesus with the trips, because it's Jesus. He actually may have a caller in the 3 deuce with 0%. He may well have a victim. He has his fish on the hook right now, Jesus. Yunus is the man who has bet, so King Jack has bet.
We flop the trips, and obviously we go for the check. We don't have a leading range here really. Yunus continues, and I've seen Yunus to continue a lot. He plays c-bet, very high c-bet strategy, and often goes for barrels as well. So Yunus bets, Valentin calls. Obviously in the game I don't know their hands, so now it's the decision is on me. I feel like if I just make a call here, it's really hard to give me hands that are not showdown well hands. So if I call here, I might, like my weakest hand is some deuce 6. I might have some trips because it's only 8 that I deuce out there, and I have some flush draws. But when I play my range here as a raise, it looks way more, you can give me way more bluffs. Like I could have flush draws, maybe I have like 10-9 suited with a backdoor straight, backdoor flush draw. 7-9 suited, around the 8, hands like that. So by playing this raise, I feel like I would have way more bluffs. So we go ahead. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna let you in. I'm gonna raise it up. Let's continue from here.
Got no equity. Jesus with a virtual lock on the hand here has just called. Oh no, sorry, the action is on him.
The action's on him, yeah.
Oh, what a spot. What a dream scenario.
Eunice is open from the cut-off.
He has to raise in this situation, and I like this from Jesus, because his flat just looks ridiculously strong.
Yeah.
If he flats, okay, maybe he can look like he has a flush draw, but then a flush card might be an action killer for him. So I think he has to hope that there's either a very sticky overpair or a flush draw out there that he can get value from.
A bot or 3Ds. Just deciding to...
The spade on the turn, not the biggest fan. To be honest, I was still considering betting as well, because I still have one of the strongest eights, and there is definitely, you could have value here against, let's say he had ace deuce with an ace of spade. Hard to give him like king deuce off, but obviously we see now he flatted deuce three off, but I wouldn't ever think someone has a hand like that in their range. So there is still value to be had, but he should have a lot of spade combos in his hand, and yeah, I was hoping that he is a person who could turn some of his hands into a bluff as well. Let's say he had, so weird to give him some deuce X combos, but I don't know, maybe he had like ace two suited, king two suited, I don't know, fucking tough. I was hoping that maybe he turned some hands into some of those hands into a bluff, so I wanted to check to him, and obviously the spades not too great. So we're gonna let you in again on the secret. We're gonna check her and see what our opponent does.
Any hands in Jesus' range that Valentin was beating, they are no longer beating them. So I hope Valentin savvy enough, aware enough to recognise that. Jesus won't love this. Actually, sorry, the other way of viewing this hand is that Valentin now has a spot to turn his hand into a bluff if Jesus shows weakness. Jesus has checked, obviously fearing the flush draw, makes a lot of sense. He can't go away on the turn. It goes check, check. Valentin maybe just feeling like his showdown could be enough, and fearing the flush in Jesus' range. So a little bit of cat and mouse here, but it could still go off on the river.
I think Jesus is checked to him. Wait for the graphics, or
Do you prefer a bet fold here in Jesus' seat, a bet call, or a check, Henry? It is pretty close.
it is very close. I mean, he's got what, like a 1 SPR? I don't know. I don't mind. I guess
Jesus has one of the best eights you can have.
Yeah,
So, like,
exactly.
you know, he could be thinking to himself, "Oh wow, Valentin may have 8-9."
Get back into the action. So yeah, Valentin checked back the turn and he checked fairly quickly, but as I said at the beginning of the hand, I knew him as an extremely sticky player. So in my mind, I really didn't have any other sizings to take. If I'm going for a bet here, which I have to go with his image, I just need to go for all in. I've seen him call very big bets before, so there was no question in my mind. We're gonna go for a little bit of an overbet, not too much, as you can see, 765 into 745, and yeah, let's flick it in.
Here, 8-7 here.
Oh wow, look, he's bet 100. Oh, he said all in. Okay. I thought he'd only bet 100 euros. Which is something he was doing yesterday in the 5-10 game. He was saying that he was literally betting like 15% pot against certain players, which I found quite interesting.
Valentin now with really no decision at all, but we know and we have seen on this stream he's capable of making high wire calls in these situations. I think if he replays the hand in his mind, he is literally beating nothing right now. Possibly some sort of weird backdoor, maybe like a 9 jack with jack of spades. It would have to be something really weird like that. Maybe a 6-7 with a 7 of spades. I'm finding it hard to even find a combo that makes sense here that he can beat. And of course he has no option other than to call. He can't shove and turn his deuce into a bluff. So really in this spot, I'm not sure why we're still watching this, but you know, Valentin is entitled to take his time and have a mull over. He'll probably come to the right decision ultimately and let it go, but the fact that he's giving it this much thought, as I said, I'm literally struggling to find a single hand maybe maybe like ace 5 with the ace of spades. It's so hard to find a hand right now. He has called.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
Oh, and that is the definition of free money making its way to Estonian Jesus. Rauno Takvanen, a birthday present from Valentin, who I have to say, a very ambitious, a very brave call. And not one to lose the opportunity to, rub it in someone's face and celebrate overtly. Jesus, waving the winning hand there.
Well, whoopsie daisy, we got the call. Yeah, man, you know how to celebrate, man. It's like, the game is so serious, so if you have a chance to relax a bit and let it go, then the Cash Game Festival is definitely the spot. It's tournament poker, man. So much tanking, so much keeping your pressure. Yeah, so I've really enjoyed the past Cash Game Festival. You see ESPEN poker walking around, busy man. So yeah, definitely, guys. We're gonna keep posting these hand histories. It's gonna be a long week. I hope you've enjoyed it. And by the way, to commentators Henry Kilbane and David Lappin, Henry mentioned me making 15% bets when I flicked in the 100 when I flicked in the 100 on the river. There's a really interesting hand. I played my first 5-10 game, and it was like, I was with a very strong hand at the bottom of my range, and we're definitely gonna make a hand history out of that one. That's a really, really interesting one. I remember that a guy from another table was like, look, I was like, what the fuck's going on over there? So it was a big pot, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Catch you tomorrow. Bam, bam, bam. See you.